Monday, one and all, and what a wonderful Monday it is. I can't tell you how happy I am to be back at the office on a Monday.
That sounded like sarcasm.
It might have been.
All
Uh,
right.
it might have been.
We'll never know.
Not only is it Monday, but as you can see behind me, no, my blinds are not down. That's how gray it is outside. Not true, but it really is that gray outside. We made it up into like the upper 80s on Saturday. I was happy as a pig in slop. And here we are back down with a high of 57, and I am as miserable as Bob Chapek at a board meeting. So I am not happy with this weather change. But let's introduce myself. I'm Doobie Mosley, co-founder of Laughing Place, co-host of this show. Joining me is managing editor of Laughing Place and one of my very best friends in the entire Laughing Place sphere, Kyle Burbank.
Hello.
And we are happy to be bringing you the LPTV Disney morning show where we will talk about what's going on in the world of Disney. Busy weekend, busy Monday morning. We've got a lot of stuff to cover today. So let's get started. After we say hello to some of our people in the chat who are active today. Happy to see that. Hello, Geo. Hello to Broken Jeremiah. Hello to Nikki B72. We should not be the same temperature as Kansas City. That's ridiculous. That makes me very unhappy. We're going to start today the way we start every single show, and that is with a look at the financials. Kyle, we were shocked on Friday to see the stock up at 102 at this time. Is it hanging in there?
I would think that it's probably gone down at least a bit.
Where's the button? Maybe if I do this first. There we go. Just a bit. Just a bit.
I mean, when you make your image at the top looking like, she can't break through the surface there, it's not great imagery for a stock.
So before this was Avatar, Way of Water. Now we have this. What water image do you think they're going to use next?
Ooh, that's a good question. I got to think ahead to what else is on their slate.
Elemental water's an element, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he's one of the dudes is water-based.
If they do that, that'd be so hilarious. All right, everyone's favorite part of the show. Is he ready? Did he have a fun weekend and he's ready?
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's throw it over to Ethan.
Good morning and happy Monday to each and every one of you. I trust everyone had a great weekend, especially those who tuned in for the latest edition of Disney Trivia Live. If you missed it, you'll have another chance to play tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. Don't miss your chance again, or else. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim is in for a fairly cool spring day with overcast skies and a high of 63. However, the afternoon does show a yellow flag for the Golden Zephyr Wind Index. Over at Walt Disney World, after a stormy last week, there will be plenty of sunshine today. Temps will hit 85, but it will get pretty windy at times in the afternoon. Castaway Cay will be partly cloudy and pretty breezy. The high is 82, but humidity will bring the real feel to 85 or so. Disneyland Paris is experiencing some showers and storms now that should clear before this evening's spectaculars. By the way, the fact that the forecast says sunny at 9 p.m. tells you a lot about Paris's time zone. Anyway, temperatures are in the 50s as they end their night. Tokyo is working real hard to be Kyle's pick of the day with sunny skies and a high of 71 tomorrow. Not to mention the fact that they have hot coffee and vending machines there. Shanghai is expecting a sun-filled but windy day, hitting a high of 76 with 20 miles per hour winds. Those should calm slightly in the late afternoon and into the evening. Finally, Hong Kong will be partly cloudy and humid, making the 78-degree high feel like 82. The city is also looking at breezy conditions but not quite as intense as Shanghai. That said, on a scale of 1 to 10, the UV index is listed as extreme during the early afternoon, so bring some sunscreen. In fact, that's probably a good idea whenever you visit a Disney park. That's it for today's Disney weather report. I'll see you all back here tomorrow. Same Ethan time, same Ethan channel. Bye for now.
Some good advice from Ethan there with the sunscreen. There's a whole song about wearing sunscreen. So
Ethan with the PSAs now. Does Ethan need to wear sunscreen? Is this an issue for him?
I haven't asked him.
Find out. I thought I didn't need to wear sunscreen until my last trip and realized I did. And it's painful when you don't. And listen to Ethan. You better play trivia. Watch it or else.
Just have Ethan pause and Doobie's a surefire laugh. He's such a mark for the Ethan pause.
Pause is frightening. It's terrifying. Okay, where are we going to start today? Let's start by going backwards. 40 years. Return of the Jedi hit theaters this weekend and did some pretty boffo box office. Did you go see it, Kyle?
No, forgot that it was the thing. Also
Forgot.
Disney Plus.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No. The thing is, you go to the theaters and see it
I know
with
Doobie
the.
didn't go see it because there's Ewoks, and he doesn't like Ewoks because he's old.
I would have loved to have seen this. I did not go to movie this weekend. I asked Rebecca if she wanted to see it. She said if it were the original print, she may have wanted to see it, but she did not want to see George Lucas's foo-foo print that he did. So
You
we
want to
did
see
not.
what's his name in that
Oh,
movie?
Jabba?
No,
No, not Jabba.
I can't think of his name. Hayden Christensen.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that was her main reason because I think she likes Shattered Glass, which is his most well-known film. But it was also at the El Capitan Theater. Mike Celestino, of course, went there to see it because it wasn't a prequel, so he's willing to go see anything as long as it's not a prequel. They had a nice marquee. They had some nice stand-ups there. Got a little lanyard. So he had a good time. The organist, of course, was there playing some cool stuff. They had a costume, not a contest, a costume cavalcade, and then, of course, the film itself. So you can go check Mike's recap of that event on Laughing Place if you'd like. I'm even going to do you a favor. Put a link in the chat. Go check that out. It plays for the rest of the week, and it did well. It actually finished fifth for the weekend, which is not bad for a 40-year-old movie that you can watch on Disney Plus. 4.7 million at the box office, finishing just behind John Wick Chapter 4. Not bad at all. Hopefully, we get to see more of these. Do you ever go see like re-releases? It's just a theatrical thing, a big enough thing for you that you would do that.
So I don't know if last time I went to one of these like proper re-release things, but I've gone to like the Alamo will have movie party things. We saw Moulin Rouge a few years ago. We also did Love Actually, and yeah, we've done some other ones. I think I
I
went
love
to go
that.
see maybe the biggest one. You know, they used to do like Fathom events too. There was
Yeah.
a Wizard of Oz, whatever
Okay.
anniversary it was celebrating like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I've done a Fathom event for Singing in the Rain, which is the only time I've seen the movie. Also, War Games. That one was fun. Seeing War Games on the big screen again was fun. Shall we play a game? It is May 1st, 2023. We're going to do a tiny bit of this day in history early today. So, May 1st, Kyle, on this day in
MGM Studios, Disney MGM
1989,
Studios.
something opened at Walt Disney World. What was it?
It was Disney MGM Studios.
Wrong, it was Pleasure Island, but also Disney MGM Studios opened on this day in 1989. They actually both opened today officially. So, happy birthday, MGM Studios. Do you have any special memories of this park from the last 2023 minus 1988, 89 years?
Um, I remember seeing the Indiana Jones show when I was a kid. Um, I remember not spending a ton of time in this park because it was mostly, as my parents would say, oh, it's mostly shows, not many rides and stuff. So I remember Epcot more than I remember this park.
It's amazing how this park has gone from a park with basically no rides. What was it? Really was the only ride, the Great Movie Ride and the Tram Tour, I think may have been the only opening day rides to maybe the best of the ride parks with I'm sorry, the best park in terms of rides with Slinky Dog, Toy Story Mania, the two on the end of Sunset Boulevard, Star Tours, and all the stuff in Galaxy's Edge. Maybe the best ride park. So, congratulations, happy birthday, Disney MGM Studios, now known as Disney's Hollywood Studios. And to celebrate today, they actually gave a window to one of the creators of Disney MGM Studios, Bob Weiss. And often they honor people with windows on Main Street, but because of his contributions to this park, he actually got a window at Disney's Hollywood Studios, which I think is kind of cool. Do you know, are there any others? I didn't see in the article if there were others.
I assume there are, but I guess I didn't look into it.
I mean, I didn't. Never mind. Sorry. 1 second. So, congratulations. You can go see that window now. You can see where it is right there above Hollywood and. I always get confused. Is it Hollywood and Dine or Hollywood and Vine?
I think this one's Vine because Dine was DCA.
Okay, then you are right. So, above
Okay.
Hollywood and Dine. Go check that out.
Yeah, the old building that used to be like a food court, and then they don't really do anything with it. It was Flynn's Arcade during Electronica, and now it's just there.
It's there. Yeah, it was a LP Meat location one time.
Anytime I've been in it, and you could still see they had the stuff set up. Like they didn't touch any of the. They might have since, but yeah, it was always funny when you're like, oh yeah, look, there's the. They still have this open.
Happy birthday, Hollywood MGM. What do you when you say happy birthday to something that was known as MGM Studios but is now Hollywood Studios? What do you say happy birthday to?
I say happy birthday to the whatever they're going to change the name to, as promised, to 6-year-old Gideon, who is now like 13 or 14.
Okay, I understand. So that's what I would do. Happy birthday, Disney's Hollywood Studios, and hopefully many more years because I really like that park. It's probably my favorite Disney World theme park since Epcot gets ruined every afternoon by the people there. So, happy birthday. Joffrey's, which Kyle is a huge fan of, right, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, not as big as Luke, but I've enjoyed the stuff I've had from them.
So I'll let you talk about this one.
So this is the new Part of Your World blend, which I really like the art on this. I like the colors, and it's a drawing of a live action remake of an animated. But one of the things we were talking about the other one, they didn't really list any flavor notes. This one they actually do. It's sweet cane sugar, caramel, and vanilla. So that sounds delicious, and a medium. And if you buy it online, they have it in both a ground and a whole bean. Apparently, Luke was telling me that a lot of times in the stores they just have the ground. So if you want the whole bean, you can find it online here, and then grind it yourself for a better experience.
Wow. Gio is excited about this. This is so neat. Gio, I need to know, did you use the word neat on purpose because of the Little Mermaid connection? Coffee, isn't it neat?
He didn't
It
do
is.
that.
He did because his collection's complete. Okay. Sorry, Gio.
Fine.
I doubted you. Did you see this Guardians of the Galaxy Chris Pratt thing on Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, it was okay.
Just okay?
Just okay.
Just okay. So Jimmy Kimmel, why don't you tell people what it was?
So they set up this box at a hallway at the exit to Mission Breakout, and they had Chris Pratt in studio at Jimmy Kimmel, and they pretended that he was an AI thing that they were talking to, and of course, just the real Chris Pratt doing I don't know if impression is the right word, but just doing an act. And yeah, I mean, people were kind of hip to it. Like, I don't think he really fooled anyone. There was no big reveal or anything, which I thought it could have used. But it was kind of cute.
So let me show a little bit of it here.
Here we go. All right. You are exiting Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout here at Disney California Adventure, where we have the world's most exciting attractions, such as Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Do you have any questions for me?
What's your favorite ride?
Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. What is your favorite ride?
Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
That is also my favorite ride, so that's fantastic.
Have you been to California Adventure Park before?
No,
Yes.
it's my first time.
Your first time? It's my first time.
It's your first time, Jen?
Yes. Wow, you know my name?
That's amazing.
Wow, that's so cool.
I am powered by a quantum computing AI technology. I know everything about you, Jen.
Oh, do you? What do you know about me?
I know that you just left Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout.
That was an easy.
Okay. I don't know how much of that we can play before we get in trouble, but opinions vary in the chat on this. Rebecca thinks it is so cringe.
Is so cringe on your list?
Not yet. It's not ubiquitous enough to be on my list, so it's okay
Wow.
right now.
You don't
Gio
hang out in the
thinks
right places.
I try to stay away from cringy things, so maybe that's why. Gio thinks Ethan should do something like this.
I don't think anyone would be excited to meet Ethan except for the 5 people here. So
That was pretty weird. I agree. It's kind of cringe. At this point, you'd be, as JJ said, you'd be expecting something like that. So yeah, they didn't actually reveal it to the guests that they were talking to the real Chris Pratt, which I think is
Also,
a
they
little
did this
odd.
years ago with Johnny Depp, Mad Hatter at the entrance of Disneyland. I bet you I could find that. Let me look it
Oh,
up.
so it's not even an original idea.
I mean,
Nikki
that was a little bit different, I think.
Nikki
But
B, who's
yeah,
usually so positive about everything, just calls it lame.
found
While
it.
Kyle looks for that, I'm going to mention that we have a full review of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Volume 3, up on our site, which was done for some reason by Benji and not our normal Marvel reviewer.
Well, sometimes flying to Los Angeles to see a movie just doesn't make sense. And this was one of those times.
Fun fact, Benji does not live in Los Angeles.
Fun fact, Mac lives further away from Los Angeles
So I've
and wasn't
decided
already going to be in Los Angeles. Benji went to the Wish thing, too.
So I've decided when we do a review of something and I want to review our review, I just will read the last paragraph. So the headline in the last paragraph. Headline is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is uneven but touching send-off. And then the final paragraph, while GV3 may be the weakest in the trilogy, it is a great send-off for the band of misfits, and while James Gunn may be moving on, we can hope that we will see some of this world again in the future. The desire to return to the world is all the evidence you need to see how successful the films were. There you go. So not rousing. What's the word? Praise, but go see it, which I plan to do. All right, Kyle found it.
Ouch!
What?
Hello,
Hello. Are you the Mad Hatter?
my name is Heather.
Oh, my favorite movie ever.
What is your name, Miss?
Heather.
Heather. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hi.
Hi.
May I fit you for a hat? You have a wonderful cranium. Someone pick her up. That is one lovely head. Now I think you should all hop.
All right. So
See?
we've done it
Better.
before. It was better, I agree. And they'll undoubtedly do it again and even less good at some point in the future. Let's see. Disney Cruise Line, my favorite subject. So lots of Disney Cruise Line 25th stuff going on today. I think the first of the anniversary cruises starts today, judging by my timeline. Wait, oh, so Nikki be like this one, so they're not all lame. And at least you, so one of the things they have for the new cruises is a new name badge, and you can see that there. You see they put the 25 logo on there, and creating magic at sea. I'll show you what it looks like with an actual name on it.
Well, see, that's a little weird because shouldn't there be ones that say like creating wish at sea, creating fantasy at sea, create?
And that last, probably not that one. Creating treasure at sea. That would be odd. They also have new lanyards for platinum guests. This is from tweeted by Theme Park Express. So if you've been on 25 cruises, this is what your lanyard now looks like, which is kind of cool. So I never wear my lanyard because I don't want anyone to know that I'm actually a platinum guest, but I might wear this because I like the Sailor Mickey. That's kind of cool. Usually it's just a color. All right, 1 second. Yep, thank you, Rebecca. I do have those ready to go. And our travel partner, Mouse Fan Travel, owner Becky Menken, is on the Disney. I'm not sure what ship she's on, but she's on a ship right now. There's so many, but she's on a ship right now in preparation, going on the first of the 25th anniversary cruises. So she has tweeted some pictures, which I am going to show right now. So they've added some 25th banners to Port Canaveral, Silver Anniversary at Sea. You can see those. Very nice. And then once you're on the ship, oh, she's on the Wish apparently, judging by that chandelier. You can see some of the cool decor they have on the ship itself. Lots of stand-ups for fun, pictures, banners. No one does a banner like Disney. So hopefully you are going to be lucky enough to go on a Disney cruise ship soon during the 25th anniversary, because the color scheme is awesome and the font is great. Yeah, the wish had been from the. Sorry, just checking up. Let's see. And speaking of Wish, this may not be the best segue in the world, but the Wish Lounge at Disneyland has been upgraded. So if you don't know what the Wish Lounge is, when they do the tell them what it is.
I believe it's for families visiting with Make-A-Wish, correct?
Exactly, yeah. When they need a break from everything, they have a lounge next to First Aid where they can go and just get a break. Obviously, these are very, very special kids and families, so they've just upgraded the Wish Lounge. We have some pictures of that on our website. And just a reminder of, some of the little things that Disney does that can go under the radar, but that obviously make a big difference in the world, especially for these terminally ill children. Please take a moment and go check that out and reappreciate the company we all love so much. Let's see. Kyle, you're a big fan of Only Murders in the Building, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's not what I. Anyway, it's been renewed, as we knew, but now we have a premiere date for season 3, which looks really, really interesting if you've seen kind of some of the teasers for it. Martin Short, Steve Martin, and.
You can do it.
I can do it. I know I can. Not Demi Lovato,
Nope.
but Selena Gomez.
There you go. And what's funny is this actually was not announced by Hulu. This was apparently announced by Martin Short and Steve Martin during a performance at the Dr. Phillips Center. The one
Really?
Dr. Phillips Center performance we were apparently not at. We go to every other one and write about it, even when it has nothing to do with Disney. This one skipped. Breaking news. So hopefully that is correct information. I think he would know, but that's a fun backstory to go with this one.
Yeah, at one point, Steve Martin said, "Catch the new season August 8th," which was responded by Martin Short saying, "Our show is like Steve trying to pee. It streams for 33 minutes."
Wait, did Martin Short just say something that made Doobie laugh?
It's painful. It's painful. I cannot stand Martin Short, but that was pretty funny. And he's also pretty funny on this show. So I'm reevaluating my Martin Short disdain. Yeah, exactly. I cannot imagine going to see him in person, though. Fate worse than death. All right. Let's see. Oh, and Kyle wanted me to let you guys know. What, Kyle?
There's today Lego announced the next round of sets. So this is the Lego ideas thing where people can submit their own concepts for Lego sets, and then if they get 10,000 votes, they qualify for a review. So not all of these will become official sets. It's possible none of them will become official sets. But it's still cool to see what people came up with. And so let's just go through. That's one of them is Monsters Inc.
Let's start here.
Which I really like the color. I really like the look of this. I just have questions about the scale of it all. But very, very cute. And then we have Bluey, which I've still never watched, but I know people love. This should be a popular one.
Seen one episode. It was hilarious.
This is cool. So this is a DuckTales set, and there's actually a pool full of coins that you could have Scrooge dive into as part of that. This is Chronicles of Narnia, which I feel counts because it film was released by Disney, and then they absorbed the one that was released by Fox. So there you go.
I saw this and I'm thinking, what is this? Is this like modern animation collection with The Lion King and Frozen? But I'm glad you clarified that.
You're like, where's there a satyr in Frozen? This one's fun. This is Cool Runnings. Jamaica, they got the bobsled team.
Oh, please do this one. That is so cool.
This one I missed when I initially went through. This is Owl House.
Wow.
Another one
did
that should be
Tony
very
submit
popular.
this one?
Tony
submit
should
this
have. I don't know if he is into Legos. So yeah, those will be reviewed. I don't 100% know. I think there are a few behind, but this was a record-shattering 71 sets
Oh,
were
jeez.
part of this review class. So we won't know whether these will be real ones for quite a while. And like I said, the odds are not great. But the fact that Disney has, they've done Disney themed idea sets have become reality before, I think kind of gives at least some of these a leg up. We'll see.
The Lego up. Okay, Kyle. Got a few today. You ready?
I'm so ready.
On this day in 1940, Walt Disney received patent number 2,201,689 for what?
What year was this?
1940. What were they working on then?
What was he working on that? Oh, Fantasia.
No, I mean maybe, probably, but Pinocchio would have been the next one to come out.
Okay, so is it like a multiplane thing? Or?
It is the multiplane camera. That is the patent for the famous multiplane camera.
I would have thought that they'd use it for Snow White. That's why I was like,
Oh. I always think of Pinocchio being the multiplane camera, and apparently for good reason. All right, on this day in 1947, this is a tough one to describe. Disney gave permission to use one of their characters in a way no one else has this permission way back in 1947.
I don't know.
To a college football team.
Oh,
The Oregon Ducks, way back in 1947, got permission to use Donald Duck as their mascot.
so
Permission
Disney bought them off before Nike?
I don't think that's how that worked back then, but yeah, permission that has stayed till this day. This is actually this is actually Donald Duck. It's not just a generic duck, and the agreement has gone through changes over the years, but they still have permission. They're still the Oregon Ducks. They do not call him Donald Duck, but it is Donald Duck. Apparently, more recently, the mascot himself, like the costume character, they no longer associate with Disney, but any merchandise or whatever, I think still has to go through Disney approval because it's Donald.
And he's angry.
And just the way Mike likes him, I never would have guessed this went back to 1947. JJ knew it. Way to go, JJ. Good job. All right, on this day in 1972, an addition to an attraction opened that I did not even know until yesterday when I did this. Hey, Rich. How
In
you doing?
addition to an attraction,
Happy DCL 25th day. Yes.
would it be like a carousel update?
You'll never get this one. So,
Okay.
did you know when the Walt Disney World Railroad opened that it was only round trip?
No, I did not know that.
And it was not until 1972 that they added the Frontierland station.
So the Disneyland
Yeah.
one always had some stops, but Walt Disney
Yeah.
World's was round trip. That's weird.
Yeah, Disneyland opened with Frontierland and Fantasyland, and then later on added Tomorrowland. But this one apparently was originally round trip. And then they added Frontierland, and then they destroyed it in 1990 to make way for Splash Mountain and moved it to where it currently stands now in 1991. But this was the original station. I've never even seen a picture of this before. This is from BigFloridaCountry.com. So I'm glad I do this day in Disney history. I learn a lot.
You do call it the
on-
educational part of the show.
I do. In 1977, something nautical was dedicated at the Disney Lake Buena Vista Shopping Village.
Something nautical.
Something nautical. Oh, yes, a whole year later they reopened, which means there was no stop in Frontierland for a year, which is crazy.
I don't know. Is there a lake there?
That is when Lillian Disney herself dedicated the Empress Lily.
Okay.
Still there with a different name, but the Empress Lily, Lake Buena Vista Shopping District, at the time hosted 3 restaurants, I believe, if I read that correctly. Yeah, Gio knew it. No shock there. Gio knew it. And they actually got Lillian to come do it, and it's named after her. So cool. Way back in 1977. On this day in
Now it's
1989.
paddlefish, right?
Yes, exactly. Thank you. On this day in 1989, 2 things opened at Disney World. What were they?
They are Disney MGM Studios and Pleasure Island.
Very good. Good job. Disney MGM Studios we already talked about extensively, but Pleasure Island, there we go. Share this tab. Also opened on this day in 1989. That's right, folks. That's what Disney used to advertise. Pleasure Island with Jessica Rabbit. Ever go to Pleasure Island, Kyle?
No, I think the only time I heard it, I remember watching something about Walt Disney World like on a plane. Back when before you could choose whatever you wanted to watch, it would just
Yes.
they'd show the movie and then they'd show travel stuff or whatever. Seeing something about Pleasure Island. And that's all I really remember. I always thought it was weird in hindsight that it's named after a place in Pinocchio that
Yes.
scared me. And yes, indulge in the vices so that we're warned not to.
JJ sadly did not get to go. Rich Ostry loved it. Yeah, I've been there a few times. I love the Comedy Warehouse. That was great. Adventures Club, as you know, is the most overrated thing this side of Journey into Imagination. But the other clubs, I remember walking into Mannequins just because I wanted to say I went in there and like, this is Disney? This is weird.
I mean, I've seen people from Comedy Warehouse over the years. Like they did a comedy thing at Hollywood Studios for like the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
There was a show there.
Yeah, it was great because it was hilarious and it was clean. I mean, it had its entendre and stuff, but it was clean and it's just
That's what this was too.
that.
There was some PG-13.
Yeah.
There was some light swear words.
Okay. And that's that's my level of comedy these days. Back in my wild youth, I could have done Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor, but I've toned down since then. On this day in 2001, a beloved attraction of Gideon's changed its name.
2001, A Space Odyssey. Was it Countdown to Extinction, Turn to Dinosaur?
That is accurate. Way back in the day, it was Countdown to Extinction. But on this day in 2001, it became Dinosaur. CTX became Dinosaur. Good job, Kyle. You are 1-4.
I got the multiplane eventually. And I didn't know Pleasure Island, but I knew Studios, and I knew this thanks to the fact that I know Gideon's favorite attraction. And
on this day in 2009, a hotel opened at Walt Disney World. Or at least, yeah, I'll say a hotel. Sort of, kind of.
Sort of, kind of, a hotel. Okay.
That should help you. Sort of, kind of should help you.
A sort of, kind of hotel?
It's definitely a hotel. It's sort of, kind of new.
Oh. It's
an addition to an existing hotel.
Okay, Bay Lake Tower.
Good. Excellent guess. Excellent guess. Not accurate, but excellent guess. Kidani Village at Animal Kingdom opened on this day in 2009. The first phase of Kidani Village, the DVC edition. The best. Look at this. So this is a giant window. In there is just a public area where you can go sit and look out over the savannah. This is such an awesome hotel. Sanaa is down there. This is a great hotel, Kidani Village. Get a chance to visit there, even if you don't eat there. Get a reservation at Sanaa. Go check it out. You will, and then tell me you're welcome. Because
have I ever told you my Sanaa story?
Tell me thank you. I'll tell you you're welcome. No, let's hear it.
So you know how Disney fans like to abbreviate things, like It's a Small World as IASW, things like that.
Yes.
I got a text. This is when I came out to surprise Becca for her birthday, and she says, "Oh, my friend made us a reservation at Sanaa," and before just asking, I asked Erin, I'm like, okay, what, like trying to figure out, or I don't know if she said reservation, but said we're going to Sanaa, and I'm trying to figure out what that stands for before realizing that's just the name of the restaurant.
Wow, that's funny. All right, one more. On this day in 2015, a movie opened.
2015.
A big movie opened.
Yeah, it would be Age of Ultron.
Very, very well done. Kyle finishing strong. Age of Ultron opened. This is, the second movie in the Avengers saga?
It was the second Avengers movie, yes.
Yes. I have no memory of this film.
Does not close out phase 2. That would be Ant-Man for some reason.
A superior movie. All right. Anything come up while we were doing that?
No, it's a pretty short one today.
I would advise you to follow Becky Menken on Twitter because she is on the first of the 25th anniversary season cruises, and we're big fans. So I put that link in the YouTube chat. Follow her as she embarks on this trip. You can see all the cool stuff for the 25th and just have a great trip along with Becky, who is the founder and CEO of MEI Travel / Mousefan Travel, our recommended travel partner. They will take great care of you. We use them all the time. And Becky is a fun follow. And as Rich says, Becky is the best boss ever. Rich, also from Mousefan Travel.
Doobie, we have.
Stan.
I assume it's either Mike or Benji. Probably Mike. Hyperspace Mountain is back, and not only that, he's going to check out the single rider process. So stay tuned to this. He didn't tease us with a thread emoji, but I imagine it'll be a thread.
Oh, and I forgot one thing. I'm sorry, and this is really important when we were talking about the Wish stuff. They have a new Wish license plate in Florida. You can get a good look at it there. Let me zoom in on it for you. And so you can pay extra to get that license plate on your car, with the proceeds going to help people get wishes, children get wishes. So
yeah, this one
what it
replaces
looks like.
the Disney World 50th one that looked very similar. In fact, I will send you that photo in a quick second.
All right, so we're going to
As
do
soon as it
some.
loads for me.
We're going to do a LP investigative report here to find out how similar the license plates are.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do with an outline of a castle. They're not identical. There's definitely some differences, but
Boom.
yeah.
Keep that in your head. Boom. All right. Actually, this one's a lot better.
It's got
But at least they still have it.
iridescence.
At least they still have it available. So if you have an auto in Florida and you want to support Make-A-Wish and show off your Disneydom,
The alignment there bothers me greatly.
the fact that Florida is left of wishes.
Florida, wishes, Walt Disney World.
None of it aligns, does it? Oh, wow. Man, I'm going to see this on cars. That's going to drive me. You ever see those cars that have the trunk thing is off center from the center of the car?
No, I don't think I've seen that.
Man,
I believe
crazy.
you, but
All right, I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. Just one quick search. If I fail, I'm gonna move on.
okay.
I know I posted it once on mine, and did I use the word triggered? No, I did not. So I cannot find it. All right, thanks for joining us today. We'll be back tomorrow at this time. Yeah, so Florida is centered on the yeah, but you can't mix your centering. Rebecca points out that Florida is centered on the overall plate, and then what Wish is centered between the castle and the edge, and then Walt Disney World they decide to flush left next to the castle.
Like, I wonder if it actually looks like that when you get it, or if they put the letters over the castle, which would be totally acceptable. But
And preferable.
yeah, Parks Talk tonight.
Parks Talk is at 4 p.m. Pacific time, so today or tonight, depending on where you are. And then we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I think that's about it today. Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you. Bye.